On the 8th day of podcasting, my Nutty gave to me. Pretty sure this is the 8th day. We had a full episode yesterday. If you didn't hear that in the feed, because for some reason I didn't see it, go on to nimlas.org and you should be able to find it. And when I say the feed, I mean the master Dog Days of Podcasting feed, where some people are doing the Dog Days of Advent, some people are doing the 12 Days of Podcasting, some people are just putting out some holiday-inspired episodes. The seventh episode, which is my full-length episode for the month, is about holiday decorating. So you should see, if you look at the show notes, you'll see some pictures of our house and our latest outdoor decorations. And and it'll be a nice long episode. I've been having such a good time listening to the episodes. I really miss spending the holidays with the Encaffeinated One. When he talks about different things, and when he talked about the palm tree and the different treats that he makes, it just reminded me of how good it was to spend the holidays with him, and how we would get together and just kind of huddle together in the middle of the winter and just have a good time, and miss that. But I should be seeing him in the next month or two, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, hold your loved ones close for sure. So for the 8th day of podcasting, I am bringing you a recipe that was given to me by one of my senseis. And this is not my regular sensei. This is one of the big senseis. You know, I'm not his direct student, but I learned from him when he travels. It is Sensei Mustard, and he is an 8th Dan. But he taught me how to make karaage. And karaage is, to be on his bad side, you would call them chicken nuggies. But it's basically Japanese fried chicken, which is slightly different than yakitori, which is also kind of it's not exactly fried. It's over charcoal. But it's another chicken dish. So what you do is you take your chicken, and I prefer dark meat. Take your thighs, you want to use that. If you've got the bone in, that's awesome. Fellow podcaster Chiaki, when I was talking about doing karaage on one of my dinner and a movies, he's like, you got to do the bone in. You just take the whole chicken, you cut it up, or just get the chicken thighs with the bone and cut those up, throw those in. And I've done it that way before too, and it is so very yummy. But I tend to make it with the skinless, boneless thighs, mostly because when we go to Costco, we buy them in bulk, and then I put them in little reusable Ziplocs in the freezer, freezer bags, and then I can just pull it out whenever I need it. But if I plan ahead and I get the with the skin and the bone, it's even better. But you're going to chop that up into bite-sized pieces. You could do full pieces. I like the bite-sized pieces. You are going to marinate it for about an hour or longer. It is up to you. And I believe it's about, we do 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 4 tablespoons of mirin, garlic, and ginger. And you're supposed to marinate that. Now, what I have done, which is slightly different than Sensei Mustard's recipe, is I also add in about a tablespoon or 2 of lime juice into the mixture. I just think that it gives it a little more oomph. I love the taste of lime, so it just adds a little yummy. And if I want to be fun, I'll put some chili pepper flakes in there, if I want to get a little spicy. But that is not part of the recipe that Sensei Mustard gave me. But you're going to marinate that, and then when you're done marinating, you are going to just take that chicken and you're going to dust it in cornstarch. If you've got potato starch, that can work too. Totally up to you what you want to use, but you just roll it around in cornstarch, and you don't even need to season the cornstarch. I know some people are going to be like, excuse me, but you don't need to, because you've been marinating it so long that the flavor is going to come from within. You don't need to add anything extra. So you just, just cornstarch, no flour, nothing. And then I do a double fry. So you're going to do a quick fry so it gets just a little lightly brown. Pull it on out. And do them in small batches. And I like to do this instead of doing it in like a deep fry. I do like maybe, just about an inch of oil. So it gets, maybe 30 seconds on one side. I flip it over and then I let it brown for like maybe a minute, no more than 2, pull it out, do the next batch, keep going, and then let it sit and drain. Then I will clear out all of the debris from the oil. If I need to add any, I'll add a little bit more oil, and I bring that back up to temperature, up to frying temperature. And then I will, once it's back up to temperature, I will fry again. And then that's another couple minutes just to get it fully cooked. And I always use my temperature probe. I have a little, stick temperature probe, and I put it in and I just check to make sure that we're at the right temperature. Often I can get from texture if chicken is cooked. I'm really good at that. But when I'm deep frying, I always just want to double check. So I'll look for the biggest piece and I'll give it a nice temperature probe. And if that one's cooked, the rest are. But you kind of get an idea from like the texture of it, how bouncy is it? And generally what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to serve that with rice. In the show notes, in the picture, you are going to see fries. And I made homemade fries, just cut up potatoes, sprinkle, spray a little oil and sprinkle with salt. And I put them in the oven on air fry. But you can just bake in the oven if you don't have that air fry because you don't have a convection oven, and just let that go while you're doing all your other preparation. And I do that because I love Tech and he really likes it with fries. We both like rice. We eat rice all the time and sometimes I make it with rice, but it is supposed to be served with rice. I understand this, but I often serve it with fries because Tech really likes that. And for me, my love language is food. So by preparing something for somebody the way that they like it is, my way of expressing love. I hope you enjoyed that. I am in the process of another test recipe that I've been working on. And you should hear about that, I think, tomorrow or maybe the day. I don't remember exactly what my plan is, but it is coming. I did the first round and it was okay. And then I did the second round and I'm hoping I'm going to taste it tonight. I'm hoping it's better. So, these recipes are a little more drawn out. But it's mostly because I'm giving a little care to the recipes that I am doing. But also, this year's different. And maybe I'll talk about that more in another episode. But this year has been very different. I always feel very rushed getting these recipes done because I always say I'm going to do them ahead of time, and I never do. But previous years, my busy season was always in the summer, and I was always super busy until about mid-November. But December was dead. I've moved my job, I've moved positions. I'm no longer customer facing. I'm now in IT, and in IT, oh my goodness, December is, I had no idea. I had no idea how busy I would be because there's all the year end and year beginning change stuff happening, and there's so much to do. And I was just surprised. I'll just tell you that I've been surprised, but I didn't realize how easy it was previous years. But I'm okay with this because it means my summer's not going to be as crazy as it was. So that's okay. It's just getting adjusted. Plus with Christmas and New Year's and everything, the days of the week that it falls on, oh my gosh, we have so much traveling to do. But thankfully, the feed, the Mundo, the mega feed of the Dog Days feed will be open till the 1st. So I'll be able to get all my 12 days out, even though they are not going to be done by a certain holiday, but they are for the whole holiday season. Nutty Bites is produced by Nimlas Studios under a Creative Commons Attribution No Commercial Non-Derivatives 3.0 International License. That means you can't change it without my permission. You can share it and send it to your friends. Just link back to me, my site, and everything. We live at nimlas.org, which has links to everything social media, including facebook.com/group/nuttybites and patreon.com/nukejoss, or call 347-NUTTY42.